Video 2 to my life blog, my random one. I think my headache's finally subsiding a little bit. I have to put these in my ear because the wind blowing and I don't want to get earaches because usually in winter I get some bad earaches and they give me dizzy spells and headaches, and obviously I don't want to do that right now pregnant. So gotta stay warm. Today is not as chill of a winter as it has been. It's been freezing, but it's not too shabby right now. Feels actually pretty good because it's pretty actually decently warm today. Because man, it went from like 105 degrees to bam, cold, cold wind. Like that one's like an icy chill almost, and the mountains are that way, and it's already like almost a dash of snow up there, and it's like, oh wow, that escalated really quickly, man. It's gonna be a cold winter. I just want to. We got a humidifier for our son. Now I'm just gonna make sure I have a heater at my mom's. I'll bring that, and I'm just gonna always make sure the temperature's like perfect, and always check on him to make sure like his temperature's good, not too hot. Sally, stop, stop. Always bothering her sister all the time. So, anyways, always to make sure that she's the baby. Well, sorry, was because Sally distracted me. She's a girl, but make sure our son's temperature is really good and he's cuddled in, wrapped pretty tight, so won't suffocate and whatnot. Because I'm gonna try to, because so we have like a little bassinet, so you don't want roll over on it. So like when I feel like, because obviously I'm gonna want him next to me, so he's gonna be in that, and then like we have that circle thing that goes in that also, so he'll be nice and cuddled, so he's perfectly fine. And then just wrap him and I'll be like, could look at him. And then I was telling Babe that we need to put a light, so just like one that just like adhesive tape, whatever, just sticks to the wall, so I could just tap it to make sure I see him, and then tap it, when I don't need it to see him, and I can just see him sleeping and whatnot, because it gets pretty dark. So, well, duh, at night. But yeah, so that's. But then we have his crib, and then right now things are in his crib. But what's in his crib is things I haven't took out of the box. So I don't want to take them out of the box yet because Snow White's hair gets everywhere. So I was so stressed out about that, but like I said, I need to relax and I have to be at peace as possible. I don't know like how much it'd be to get her shaved. Snowy, come here, please. Snow White, Snow White. I don't want them eating things on the ground because they've both been throwing up and whatnot and sick and getting on my nerves lately. She went way too far. But yeah, I'm really thinking about like, can I get her shaved bald almost? Because that'll like help, so her hair won't be like all over the place. Because I really don't know what to do. Because her hair gets all over. I vacuum all the time, of course. Anyways, I love vacuuming. Make sure like bugs and stuff, especially living in the country, we have an endless amount of dust and bugs because it's the country. Obviously, this is across the street, but you know what I mean. So I'm like, obviously, in a country house, you're not gonna get to keep that fully clean at all times because, especially in the country, I'm like, come on, they're always churning the dirt. They're always doing things like that. I'm like, it gets dusty and dirty down here. But but yeah. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Like later, they're not gonna be allowed on the beds. So I'm thinking that I might even have to get like a baby block, like you block like doors so they can't come in like on the bed and whatnot, because I'm like, no, you can't have all that, you can't have hair. I want the room clean and sanitized. So that's why the things like I said in the crib right now are things I haven't taken out, like what I'm talking about, like his little bassinet that he's going to be in even though he has a crib, and the things. And then I have boppy pillows also for later when I do my breastfeeding, and just when he's chilling with mommy and he's right next to mommy, of course. And then we'll get the swing out later after he's born, and then we'll get the rocking chair. I forgot all about the rocking chair that we got from a yard sale. I am so happy I get to rock him. That's so cute. And then the only one thing we need to finish is, but Babe's been busy working on his mom's Jeep, and I don't know. That's why maybe he's been crabby. But I'm just like asking, because obviously I can't do it myself because I need a hammer. We need to put a board on bottom, and then we're gonna sand it and then paint it, and then it's done. And then I could put it right there in the spot that the smaller shelf is, and then be done, and all the books ready and set to read our son, because I love reading so much. I read to him now. That's what I was gonna bring outside today too, to read to him. I love reading to him because he listens, because he'll move, and I'm like, oh, it makes mommy feel so good. Obviously, he knows my voice. They know. Your children know your voice in your tummy. So I think by 15 weeks, they say. So yeah, I'm 31. So no, 32. Sorry, today. 32 weeks today. So yeah, he definitely listens to mommy, and I talk to him all the time. Try to read to him as much as I can. I can't wait to get that shelf done. But like I said, I'll have to wait till next weekend because Ronnie will still be working on the Jeep this weekend. And hopefully less crabby. It makes me mad when he's crabby. Everybody has the right to be in a negative or sad or etc. mood. Mentally for everybody, we all have our moods. God gave us emotions, so as a Christian though, like me, we're not supposed to choose to stay in depression and suicide and anxiety, etc., like I sometimes do, because that's not what God would want for you. But yeah, that's what God's helping me with. But yeah, so you're not supposed to be in a bad mood. God's supposed to like give you joy in your spirit and help you, and then encourage other people, and then snap out of it. But yeah, so I can't wait for the shelf to be done though. It's exciting. He wants to do paint, and I'm thinking spray paint would be easier. Because spray paint is a lot easier, and sometimes they dry quicker. But I'm just saying, well, I think it'd be easier because I was thinking I want to do baby blue or orange, or baby blue and like a super sparkly silver for the bookshelf. Because it's my son's bookshelf, but also later when we move in our house, it'll probably be, well, it'll still be my baby boys, but yeah. I love that color. It was like a nice silver. I think that'd be lovely. I can't wait to get that done. It makes me so happy. I love being happy. But I have a partner who doesn't understand sometimes. Well, I understand he's busy working on his mom's Jeep. That's what I understand. But sometimes I don't understand why he can be so crabby sometimes. It's like, I'm just saying, it's so easy. Like, do something to make your partner happy once in a while, and that's perfectly fine. Like, that would make me tremendously happy when that is the third board on the bottom, so it's nice and stable, and then we sand it, and then we paint it, and it's done, and it's there, and then I have all the books on there. I'm gonna be so happy. All our sons' baby books and children's books, because I love books. I've always collected books. There are books that I will always keep, and then plus later I might have another child too, so I'll keep them anyways. Even if we left out of state, I'd be like, my books are coming. I love books. I want to have my own library and my own book room someday in my own house. Even if we have to make it like a shed with a perfect roof, of course, because I don't want to leak on the books. That'd be like tremendously horrible. But like, yeah, and then that'd be mine. And then, my partner can have his own man cave and his own garage. It's like, there, you work on stuff on there, on your dirt bike and vehicles and trucks and stuff. I'm like, that's your spot, and then this spot's mine. I love books. Books just make me happy. I love reading so much. Reading brings knowledge, and it just opens your eyes. So reading to me is like to the equivalent of watching a movie, but you're using your brain a lot more. So reading is helps you be more smart. And they even say helps you write better, etc., etc. So I just love, I got into reading, well, in preschool, I couldn't read really that good because I had a stutter. So, still to this day, once in a while, I'll stutter and whatnot. That's why I always hate it when people, I felt like, see me as retarded or something like that, because that's what, bad terms. But it's like, or stupid, because sometimes I wouldn't talk right, or I'd stutter, but I'm like, it's like, I actually can understand, just give me a minute. Or if I don't know something that I never heard of, like, why would you make in front of somebody that never heard of something, and then you're telling them, it's like, well, I never heard of that, or etc. And so it's like, but people can be judgmental and whatnot. But anyways, so yeah, so I didn't read that good at all. So I had to take a lot of reading classes throughout, like, elementary and even junior high. Junior high is what did it though. In 7th grade, I had to go to a reading class because I got kicked out of the original class because I had to go because I couldn't read that quick and good. So I went to 7th grade. I went to reading class. No, 6th grade. I went to reading class, and then boom, it helped my stutter much better. It calmed down, and then it just helped me like get into reading. Like, so in 7th grade, boom, I like read almost like the whole library of every horror book made by R.L. Stine and Carolyn B. Cooney, I think, something like that. And like anything horror back then that was so popular, like all the teenagers, and it's like horror. I read like a ton of those. So I almost read the whole library in 7th and 8th grade, and I even won a limo trip and a gift card for Barnes and Nobles because I read so much. I was like the first one in Hustack School in middle school to read that many books, and we took tests so they could tell I actually read the books because I would pass the test from the questions on the book, because you get points and stuff in middle school back then. I hope they still do that, because reading to kids is so important. Plus, kids just nowadays just do sex and pot, and that's all they think about, and it's like, and just getting rich, and that's a waste of life and a waste of time. Like, really, they could just be living reality, reading and watching movies once in a while with friends, playing, but in a good way, doing not illegal things. Sally, stop, please, stop.